hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Diddy was one of Justin Bieber's mentors in the music industry when he was young and just starting out. But now fans are doing a dive into his music and are linking it to Diddy. For example, online fans are convinced that Justin's music video for his song Yummy is a reference to Diddy's crazy parties where a lot of crimes took place. Now, the music video was posted in 2020 and many people have called out how weird it was, but now they're connecting the dots to Diddy and it's all making sense to them. One user on TikTok speculated on the meaning of the video, linking it to Diddy's infamous white parties. User AlexisMay.xo explained that the video starts with Justin arriving at a party full of the rich and full elites, while a band of young people serve as the entertainment, playing a symphony of instruments on stage. Justin sits at a table that's covered in food, and he's brought a silver platter with a sandwich on it. Now, the user thinks that this was arranged in a specific way. Look at the placement of the bread. The bread is set up like a shield almost, the TikTok user said. If you take a closer look at the sandwich, there's actually a cherry there, so the bread is set up to protect the cherry. She continued, saying Justin's innocence is represented by the cherry, and it's how he was before he had Diddy as a mentor. Later, the sandwich resembles a face with a tongue sticking out, and the cherry appears to be rotten, the TikToker said. As the party continues and the lights go down, dancers dressed in skimpy white clothing emerge from under the tables, eerily resembling Diddy's notorious white parties, the creator claimed. "This is a white party. This is a P. Diddy white party," she says. Now, as the party ends, a lone Justin Bieber is left at the table looking distraught before a cleared plate is shown featuring a photo of him as a child, symbolizing his innocence, the TikToker says. She then posted a second clip analyzing even more details and pointed out by viewers, ranging from claims about the true identity of a violin player shown in the music video to the meaning behind the other foods that appear. Now, viewers also brought up the fact that Justin had an emotional breakdown while filming the music video. Justin addressed the Yummy shoot in an episode of his docuseries Justin Bieber Seasons. "It was just a lot of people, a lot of dynamic, a lot of stuff," Justin said. "I was in my head a lot and it's hard for me to really enjoy it like that, but I know that some days are just gonna be like that. In any workspace, there's gonna be those off days where you just kind of feel like, I got a good crew, I should be good, but today I just feel off. I think that day I was just a little off." Again though, viewers are convinced that this video has a secret meaning in relation to Diddy. I mean, Diddy was one of Justin's mentors and he spent a lot of time with him from a young age. Now, Justin was known to attend some of Diddy's parties, but I guess the question is, did he choose to go or was he forced to? Now, a lot of creepy videos of Justin and Diddy have been coming to light recently, but there's one that particularly stands out. A young Justin was spending 48 hours with Diddy. Here's having 48 hours with Diddy where we hang out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, Diddy says in the video. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album, and he added, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, aka Justin, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy." Now, this is just extremely weird in general, but hey, maybe Justin used his music video to depict what he went through in these 48 hours. Now, I just want to know though what his mother was thinking leaving him alone with Diddy for that long. Then there was also the time that Diddy literally scolded Justin on national TV. In 2011, Diddy and Justin made an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show where Diddy was constantly praising Justin, but when Jimmy asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts, things got awkward to say the least. Justin said, "He got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though," and Diddy then said the Lamborghini for a day or two, he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, It was just really weird, and I'm sure Justin felt like he got in trouble because that's how it came across. Now, Justin has not directly spoken out against Diddy, but an insider speaking exclusively to dailymail.com said that Justin has been completely thrown by the allegations and is trying to make sense of them as he and Diddy were so close. I mean, Justin collaborated with Diddy less than a year ago. They are very well still in contact. Now, the insider added that Justin also deeply regrets having collaborated with him so recently, and that he would never done that had he known the allegations that have since come to light.
Does this look like a playground to you? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me.
If you weren't so hot, I would have got rid of you a long time ago.
Babe, I can't, don't touch me right now.
Now that Stephen Baldwin is the father-in-law of one of the most beloved pop stars of the last couple of decades, earlier this year he shared a video posted to Insta of Justin Bieber, playing the guitar and singing "I Could Sing of Your Love Forever." Overlaid on the video were the words, "Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord." What does that mean? Because that seems to be pointing at trouble in the marriage. Unsurprisingly, Hailey is reportedly super angry about the whole thing. But is she angry because it's false? Or is she angry because her dad's revealing something that she wants to keep under wraps? Now, Hailey did dispel some internet speculation about her relationship in an Insta story, writing, "Just FYI, the stories and constant blind items I see on TikTok are 100% of the time wrong, made out of thin air, come from the land of delusion. So I know it may be fun feeding into these stories, but just know they're always false. XX, sorry to spoil it." Well, in February of 2022, Hailey did speak to Wall Street Journal magazine about why she didn't want to talk a lot about her marriage in interviews. She's like, "I just don't feel it worth it to me anymore when I have to try to have an open conversation with someone like you and then it gets taken out of context. The media loves to take a tiny blurb of something for clickbait. The media has always been a disgusting thing." So if you ask any fan of Justin, or maybe his famous ex Selena Gomez, chances are they'll tell you he's still majorly head over heels for Selena, and how quickly he'd supposedly drop his current wife for his old wifey. Well, this can be indicated through several things, but fans believe the most incriminating piece of information against Justin to prove this comes in the form of his Selena tattoo. And, well, his lack of removal of the tattoo. He was captured in a photo at his 29th birthday party during the first week of March of, I believe, last year, with one of his crewneck sleeves pulled up to allegedly show off his Selena tat. Now, the ink has been mildly covered, but a lot of people have stated that if Justin truly moved on, he would have fully removed it given its symbolism. Still, it may have been easier to just write over it rather than potentially damage his skin, but fans aren't convinced. They swear this is just another Justin tactic of not letting go of Selena, who has clearly moved on from what they formerly shared. So Hailey's supposedly mega obsession with Selena probably doesn't help her husband's desire to stay with her, a person he allegedly tried to move on from Selena with. Or at least that might be what Justin wants to convince people. Either way, many, but mainly Selena stans, have pointed out that Hailey's love for Selena is unhealthy, and it spiraled into jealousy and borderline hatred. So let's begin with Hailey's old tweets, where her love began. A young Hailey from 2011 to 2012 was constantly tweeting praises for Selena, including calling her hot and pretty on several occasions, wishing her a happy birthday while adding her on Twitter, and saying she and Justin were perfect. Now, the number of excessive messages from, little Hailey showed fans that a quick and potentially damaging obsession was growing. Over the years, Selena and Hailey have pretty much silently low-key been beefing. Now, this was partially blamed on Justin, who was seeing both women around the same time, but also massively on Hailey, who was accused of stealing Justin from Selena. However, one of the more recent moments of drama in history involved Hailey reportedly body shaming and mocking her husband's ex, and possibly bullying Selena with Kylie over her eyebrows. So even though everybody has denied this, we're talking Selena, everybody, fans have, once again, insisted the beef was Hailey's fault due to her, quote, wanting to be Selena so badly. So where was Justin in all of this? You may ask? Nobody knows. Justin and Hailey did prove earlier this year that they were still together by packing on the PDA at Coachella. They were together in the crowd at the festival and looked quite cozy as they listened to Lana Del Rey's set. The couple had their arms wrapped around each other, and Justin placed a smooch on his wife's head in a video. It was adorable. I loved it. It was cute. That same weekend, Justin took the stage for a surprise performance with Thames, and Hailey proudly shared videos from the set on her Instagram story. She also acknowledged the singer's birthday on March 1st with an Instagram post saying 30 with a lot of punctuation. That was fast. Words could never truly describe the beauty of who you are. Happy birthday to you, love of my life for life. She also included several PDA photos and videos of the pair. Very typical coupley stuff, you'll love to see it. Now, a source did speak to People about the couple's status, saying they're doing really well. They've been married for 5 years now, folks. They said there's no divorce, no truth to that whatsoever. They are very, very happy. Another source told Entertainment Tonight similarly, saying Justin and Hailey are continuing to support each other and help one another get through more difficult times as they always have. They are making an effort to do things that will help them create a bigger and brighter future. They are remaining committed to their faith and trying to stay positive. They are hopeful about the future and doing things to better themselves. As per a Nation Roar article from May of 2020, Justin once told Hailey while they were dating that he couldn't remain faithful to her. And while it seems he's managed to break that promise, thankfully, this still gave off the mindset of a cheater. Look, the phrase is, once a cheater, always a cheater for a reason. But once again, it is notable, we should mention, they've been happy, or at least what it seems like on the outside, because social media isn't everything. And they've remained pretty open about the intimacy and heavy topics of their marriage to the public. Justin even once admitted he wished he saved himself for marriage, which meant Hailey, of course. But a lot of folks were like, okay, he's just trying to appear dedicated to his wife, once again bringing back Selena into the conversation. Now, Justin has been accused of not being happy around his wife, and there are supposedly several reasons why. So according to Gossip Online, and just about any candid photo you can find of Hailey and Justin always looks uninterested or bored with Hailey, like he'd rather be anywhere but with her. But that could just be because he's bored with paparazzi. But hey, this does include public events like the infamous Lakers game the spouses attended with Kendall. At the time, Kendall was dating team player Devin Booker during the October game and was seated next to the couple cheering him on. Okay, there was another event, I believe it was the 29th birthday bash, we talked about that a little bit earlier, and even though he seemed excited in all the other photos, the ones with Hailey, not so much. Maybe he just doesn't have to appear happy around her. Body language experts on social media have claimed, given their history, that Justin isn't as in love with his wife as he lets on. But once again, folks, masking is a thing. Maybe he just feels comfortable enough not to be smiley. Even though they were nowhere near married at this point, Justin probably still gets a Bad Husband award for this next one. I'm thinking like a Razzie, but for husbands. So back in 2015, Justin and Hailey were in the middle of a crowd rush while exiting a Madison Avenue shop. It was captured online, it was like a little video clip, and you could see like an opening in a fence. It gave Justin and Hailey a clear path to escape the madness. With a skateboard in hand, Justin literally leaves Hailey behind, racing off into the decently empty street while Hailey is flailing around trying to catch up. When she did make it to the other side, she wound up flat on her rear end in Times Square, in front of hundreds of spectators, after accidentally tripping over the barricade. Fortunately, she got up really fast, ran after Justin just as quickly as she hit the floor. But like, still, dude, don't leave your wife behind. Save her. Be the gallant knight. Be the protector. Justin has been known to not stick up for Hailey. Like, insert the silence on the Selena drama. Aside from his single years old Instagram post that told fans he was happy with Hailey and for them to, essentially stay out of the couple's business, plus his disappearing Instagram story telling fans to stop hating on Hailey, he hasn't really been good at coming to his wife's defense. In fact, it's been Hailey catching a lot of the brunt of the hate, the backlash, and attention for a lot of things that Justin's kind of at fault for. He's left her to fend for herself so many times. Like when Hailey was the one who informed the Call Her Daddy podcast that she and Justin were only together when he and Selena weren't. It's not like anybody, didn't already know that, but it still would have been nice had Justin put his 2 cents on the matter to stop the hate that his wife was flooded with. Then of course you have people who actually think Justin's sickeningly here for the hate towards Hailey and plotting of his secret enjoyment.
Is it too late now to say sorry? Justin has been asking that for over a decade, and after all these embarrassing times he's ruined his reputation, I don't blame him. First up, Justin Bieber went to a brothel in Brazil. Oh my, it might not get more embarrassing than this, but you decide. When Bieber went on tour in Brazil in 2013, it is alleged that he was spotted and photographed leaving a brothel in Rio de Janeiro. Days after the brothel visit, a Brazilian model leaked a video of Bieber sleeping in a bed. Before the woman's identity was known, Bieber's team had to defend him against service allegations. Now, she reportedly was one of 50 people invited to a concert after party and took the footage of the then 19-year-old pop star sleeping after he had fallen asleep on the couch during the party. Now, the incident sparked widespread media attention and public controversy. This woman was later identified as Tati Neves, and she's the one who actually took the photo and video of Justin sleeping. The grainy 15-second recording has been viewed more than 4.3 million times on YouTube, and it's received more than over 7,000 comments. A source said that Tati is very upset that the video had made its way to YouTube. The source source went on to say she does not know what to do. She sent the video to a friend and did not realize it would be put online. I'm going to call bull on that one though. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. Bieber was the biggest pop star in the world at the time, so girl, just be so for real. When she did an interview after the whole thing went viral, she literally said, and I quote, "Take it from me, he's well endowed and very good in bed. A man must know what to do to make me happy. Justin did all of that and more. It was one of the best moments in my life. It was marvelous and unforgettable." That's a lot, maybe TMI. The Brazilian claims he insisted on playing his own music while they were intimate, and he even begged her to come back for more after she had left. Bieber denied these reports, of course, but the photos and videos didn't lie, which led to significant backlash against him, with many people criticizing his behavior as irresponsible and immature. I mean, he was 19 at the time, so yeah, but Bieber did later apologize for his actions and said that he made a mistake and was taking the steps necessary to learn from the whole experience. It was even alleged that he initially tried to cover the whole thing up and offered to pay reporters and allegedly the woman who had the evidence, and that didn't work out completely. It did have a lasting effect, however, on his status, as he would go on to become even more popular. Justin Bieber had the need for speed. The singer was accused of actually speeding through his Calabasas, California neighborhood by a former NFL player, Keyshawn Johnson. Now, back in 2013, Keyshawn Johnson actually confronted Justin Bieber about speeding through the gated community in Calabasas. Johnson was actually outside with his daughter when he saw Bieber driving a white Ferrari, and he was driving it way too fast. Johnson followed Bieber to his home to try to talk to him about his driving and going a little too fast. Now, Bieber went inside his house without ever speaking to him. Police investigated Bieber for reckless driving, but Bieber's friend and rapper, Tyler, the Creator, actually claimed that he was the one driving the car. Now, Johnson had said, "All I want to do is just protect my children. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. Another retired football player, Eric Dickerson, actually tweeted very angrily about Bieber's reckless driving as well. He said, "I live in Calabasas too, and Justin Bieber needs to slow down. I used to have a white Ferrari as well, but I knew the speed limit in neighborhoods where the kids are playing." Bieber's representatives have, denied the singer was driving the vehicle, though authorities have heard from several eyewitnesses who said that they saw him behind the wheel. So yeah, the sheriff's spokesperson Steve Whitmore actually told LA Times at the time, "Mr. Bieber is making statements through others that he was not driving," adding that the singer had refused to even talk to the officers who showed up at his house. He continued to say, if he wants to set the record straight, he should contact us for a sit down, very thorough interview to get all the facts straight. Now, police had reportedly been interviewing locals and collecting a bunch of surveillance video. Whitmore said if this actually, did occur, which it appears that it did, it is unacceptable behavior from anybody, anywhere, at any time. Bieber has, been cautioned for speeding several times before. It's alleged that, Justin was so embarrassed around this attention that, he tried to keep it under wraps and stop it from ruining his reputation, but of course the public found out, and we know how that went. Justin Bieber puked on stage in front of fans back in 2012. Everyone has embarrassing moments, but we don't all have them in front of a concert arena full of people. Justin Bieber premiered his Believe tour in Glendale, Arizona, but the show was not perfect. Unfortunately, at the time, the 18-year-old Canadian superstar, was feeling a bit under the weather, giving a new meaning to Bieber fever. And in a very show must go on manner, Bieber threw up on stage not once, but twice during the concert. The first was the most visual. Halfway through the concert, during a dance performance of Out of Town Girl, Bieber suddenly turned around and doubled kind of over his dancers, and his dancers continued to dance and his backing track continued to play. Fans watched on as their beloved Biebs got sick all over the stage before actually running off backstage. Now, the dancers continued through the song and a DJ took over momentarily with, some tracks going on, but while some unfortunate person had to clean up the mess, Bieber returned to the, stage with shrieking delight from his fans, and he apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I'm going to slow things down." He then segued into an acoustic song, Fall, and being the super duper super trooper that he is, he got on a platform on a mobile crane and soared above the crowd. But a few songs later, Bieber was sick again. At the beginning of Beauty and a Beat, a duet he was singing with Nicki Minaj, through a pre-recorded video of the performance, Bieber ran off stage again. When he returned a few minutes later, the singer explained to his very concerned fans, it's hard for me, not feeling great and throwing up in front of a bunch of people. The crowd, though, no doubt, will support Bieber through anything. He then said, "Will you love me even though I'm throwing up on stage?" If the shrieks that followed were any indication, the answer is a resounding yes. Now, after the show, Bieber tweeted a pic of him laying in bed with the caption, "Great show, getting better for tomorrow's show, love you, milk was a bad choice, LOL." But was it milk, Bieber? Was it really milk? Anyway, John M. Chu, creative director of Bieber's tour at the time, said that Bieber powered through the show impressively despite his condition. He said, the star of the show last night was Bieber, the ultimate professional. He really impressed me with his honesty to his fans without hesitation. This guy knows his audience more than anyone, so yeah, while very embarrassing, yes, he seems to have redeemed himself, so kudos to him. Justin Bieber's monkey incident. There's no better way to put it, honestly. In 2013, Bieber was given a monkey as a very unexpected birthday gift from a family friend, which, hold on, why a monkey? Couldn't just give him a phone, iPad, even a car? Lord, I don't know. He planned to bring the monkey on his European tour at the time. Bieber was told by many people not to bring the monkey. Bieber thought he had the correct paperwork in order to bring the monkey, but he didn't. So Bieber left the monkey in quarantine while he continued his tour. Bieber never returned for the monkey though, and the monkey was moved to a German zoo and later to a zoo in Copenhagen. Now, the zoo reported that the monkey had developmental issues from being separated from his mom at such an early age, which is so sad. The zoo also, reported that the monkey had trouble adapting. According to the German zoo where the monkey now lives, Molly, which is his name, I think OG Molly, is healthy and seems to be quite happy, but he struggles to communicate with the other monkeys. Now, according to this source, he still has issues speaking the Copenhagen, I think, language, and he still tries to imitate human speech. They also said he sometimes makes weird scratchy sounds, which are not typical for these monkeys. That's why, they think that he still tries to talk to humans. Bieber was actually given until May 7th of 2013 to produce the proper paperwork to retrieve OG Mally, but did not come forward with the documents. Now, after this date passed, with no response from Bieber, German officials demanded $8,000 in fines to cover the cost of moving the monkey to a zoo. OG Mally and Bieber were never reunited, sadly, and the shelter, of course, has criticized Bieber for keeping such a young monkey as a pet, saying the animal should not have been taken away from his mother until it was at least a year old. Experts say, these type of monkeys also need to be kept in groups as they are very sociable animals. Now, Bieber would later go on to say that he wished to get another monkey because they are just so darn cool, but he was strongly advised not to, of course, for obvious reasons. So, are you a believer still after hearing these cringeworthy stories? Let me know where you stand with him.
Whether you're a fan or not, we can all agree that Justin Bieber has gone through a lot in his life. He rose to fame at a young age, and it's affected him ever since. Now, starting off, we have his relationships with older men, more particularly P. Diddy and Usher. American singer Jaguar Wright reveals that Diddy had been trying to gain control over Justin Bieber, but struggled until Usher stepped in, took over management, and ultimately handed Bieber over to Diddy for 48 hours. Now, what happened during those 48 hours? No one really knows. But a surface video between Diddy and Justin has been circulating online, and it's raising some eyebrows. In it, they're at a studio together, and Diddy confronts Justin about not responding to his messages or communicating as much anymore. Diddy says, "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." Now, Justin, who was still young at the time, stuttered, saying, "I mean, you tried to get in contact me throughout all my projects and whatnot, but you never got my number." And then he felt so pressured, he actually gave Diddy his personal phone number. Social media users are raising red flags, with one person tweeting, "This is a creepy video," while another one said, "Justin seems nervous around him." Now, in past interviews, Justin has been asked some really uncomfortable and just truly inappropriate questions. Now, he usually avoided answering them, but the fact that he was even asked about it in the first place is just weird. Now, in a follow-up clip, Justin spoke of one of the encounters. They were asking some really weird questions. My mom was, like, right there. Then, in 2012, Katy Perry was caught behaving poorly around the star at an award show, and that same year at the AMAs, Jenny McCarthy grabbed Justin and repeatedly kissed his neck when she presented him with an award. Now, Jenny was 40 years old at the time, and Justin had recently turned 18. In a video of the moment, Justin is clearly uncomfortable and tried to get away from her grasp, but he can't. Now, Justin was so shocked he started off his acceptance speech by saying, "Wow, I feel violated right now," which I can't blame him for. Now, Jenny later told Access Hollywood that her emotions took over when Justin came onto the stage and dismissed her antics as her living out her cougar fantasy. She added at the time, "I couldn't help it, he was just so delicious," which is just, gross. Then there's the time Ellen DeGeneres made Justin uncomfortable on her talk show. And I mean, this wasn't the first time Ellen was mistreating her guests, and it unfortunately wouldn't be the last. Now, she's always teased Justin and asked him personal questions when he was a guest on her show. But in 2015, she took it too far. Now, at that point, Justin had photos taken of him while he was on vacation. Ellen then put those pictures on the screen, obviously blurred, and asked him to explain himself, which was just awkward. Ellen said, "Let's talk about the Paparazzi show and Bora Bora. So you were obviously in a private bungalow. How do you not see that there were paparazzi there?" Now, Justin said, "I just didn't see them. I think I wasn't really looking out for them either," while also adding that he feels the picture was taken by the Paps hiding in a boat. He then went on to say, "The first thing I saw was the censored one, and it had the black thing over it. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what this is going to look like, and then it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be." But Ellen wasn't satisfied with this answer. "So there's a young woman in the background you can see in the bed. Is that your girlfriend?" Ellen asks. Now, this was just extremely weird and gross of Ellen and her show to do. Poor Justin. Then, at a restaurant in Spain in 2016, a fight broke out between Justin and Orlando Bloom. Now, it's rumored to have started due to Justin getting cozy backstage with Orlando's then wife Miranda Kerr at a Victoria's Secret show in 2012. But by 2016, Orlando and Miranda divorced. It said that Justin started the altercation by shouting, "What's up, B?" to Orlando from across the restaurant. Orlando then got up and threw a punch at Justin, and apparently people at the restaurant were cheering for Orlando. Now, afterwards, Justin took to social media trying to hit back. He posted a bikini picture of Miranda followed by a photo of Orlando in tears. Now, in 2024, both men are happily married, so I don't think they'll be fighting over women anymore, but Justin was just so young and shouldn't have been treated that way by Orlando. Not to mention, Justin was constantly harassed by paparazzi. Justin was involved in a verbal altercation with paparazzi outside his Park Lane hotel. Now, in the footage, the then 19-year-old is seen pushing a member of the press out of the way as he climbs into a waiting car. Now, the move provoked a strong verbal response from the photographer, prompting Justin to exit the car and confront the cameraman. Now, his bodyguards had to hold him back, and he got back into the vehicle and drove away. Justin later took to Twitter to respond to the footage captured and said, "Rough morning. Trying to feel better for the show tonight, but let the Paps get the best of me. Sometimes when people are shoving cameras in your face all day and yelling the worst things possible at you, well, I'm human. Rough week. Not gonna let them get the best of me again. Gonna get focused on the show tonight. Adrenaline is high now. Gonna go put it on the stage. Again, violence is never the answer." These Paps are so rude and invading towards Justin, it's not a shock that sometimes he explodes. Now, another moment that stands out is that in November 2019, Justin was shooting hoops at his house in Beverly Hills when the paparazzi went there and videotaped him. Now, he did not want them there, and he let the Paps know how he felt. He screamed, "Yo, for real, why you guys gotta be like that? Leave me alone at my effing house. Real though, leave me the F alone at my house." He then repeated this multiple times, and the Paps apologized and left. What's crazy to me though is that this happened at his house. Not to mention the fact that fans can be crazy sometimes. Back in 2016, when Justin went on tour in Barcelona, Spain, a fan ran up to his car and stuck his hand in the window. Now, the singer was then 22 years old, and he instantly punched the fan in the face, making making his lip bleed. Back then, a video of the incident was caught on camera by TMZ. As Justin was arriving at his concert, his car window was down as he was greeting fans. As per the report, a fan called out his name and he stretched his hand inside the car through the window. He was heard saying that he had touched Justin Bieber's face just before the singer landed a punch on his face. Now, so many horrible things have happened to Justin, but he's trying to make sure that young people don't go through what he did. In 2020, while speaking with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, he spoke about his own experiences in the music industry as a young artist. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone telling me they love me and turn their back on you in a second. He then added that he wanted to protect Billie Eilish, who rose to fame young and quick just like Justin did. I just want to protect her. I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody, he said.
And thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
Hey!
Look at us two. We're a happy married family.
That's so cool.
Hailey, are you worried about Selena? That Justin might get back with Selena and things will be over for Jaylee?
You're so lame, bro. Like, you know, all that information is so lame.
I did something that really hurt him. I did something very immature and stupid. It damaged the idea of me for you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Justin and Hailey Bieber have welcomed their first child into the world, but with Justin's anger issues, how he treats fans, and the fact that Hailey is obsessed with his ex, it might not have been the best choice. As you might recall, last year, Hailey and Justin's ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez had some drama online. Now during this, fans did some digging and discovered that Hailey was secretly obsessed with Selena, and it was honestly just scary. For starters, Hailey used to be a mega fan of Selena and Justin, and she thought they were the cutest couple ever. You can tell through her social media profiles, especially from things she put on Twitter, which are still up today. One tweet posted in May 2011 read, "I'm for sure 100% team #Jelena," while another said, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream." Now when she was younger, she'd also go and stalk Selena and Justin to be able to see them, which is honestly just creepy. Then there's the fact that she copies everything that Selena does. Hailey has copied Selena's outfits more than 20 times, which is just insane to me. In 2015, Selena performed her song Same Old Love at the AMAs in a black bra and shorts accompanied by a sheer jumpsuit with jewels all over it that kinda look like dots. Then Hailey did this same thing. She wears a black bra with shorts and over it is a sheer black dress with dots on it. Selena wears a pink turtleneck dress with her hair up at a bazaar party, and Hailey wears the same thing to the Met Gala. Selena partners with Louis Vuitton for the Met Gala, and Hailey wears the exact same thing shortly after. Then there's the tattoos. Selena has a lowercase g behind her left ear for her little sister Gracie, who was born in 2013. Now Hailey has one too though, in the exact same spot, and no one really knows why. It's rumored that she got it as a tribute to the daughter of Zoe church pastor Chad Vetch G for Georgia, who was born in 2012 with a rare disease. Now the tattoo is supposed to act as a reminder to pray for Georgia. Even if this was the reason Hailey got it, did she really need to get it in the same spot, on the same side, and in the same font too? Also, when Selena and Justin were dating, Selena had a promise ring from him that had the letter J on it. Then on Hailey and Justin's anniversary, Hailey got a J tattooed on her finger, but it's in the exact same style and font as Selena's ring was. Now this is just plain creepy. And then there's her copying Selena's side ventures. Selena is an actress and a singer, but she also has a cooking show and a beauty line that has made her a billionaire. Hailey once again had to copy all of this. Selena has had a cooking show on HBO called Selena and Chef since 2020. There have been 4 seasons of the show, and each episode features Selena tackling a new cuisine and guest stars a different professional chef, where they cover tips and tricks for how to deal with disasters in the kitchen. Now for each episode, the show donates $10,000 to the charity of the chef's choice, often food related. Now the show is filmed in her house, and to start off her show she says, "This is my real home, everything that we're doing is at home, this is my amazing kitchen," which is also the set. Now Hailey also created a cooking show on her YouTube channel called What's in My Kitchen in 2022. When Hailey started off her show, she she also said, "Yes, we are actually in my real kitchen, in my real house. This is not a set, this is where I really live." Now, this was literally the exact same thing. Selena also has an okie dokie jar on her set because she says it so much, and recently Hailey has said it too, which is a phrase that she's never really used before. Moving on to the beauty line. On September 3rd, 2020, Selena released her makeup line Rare Beauty. Then, in 2022, Hailey released Rhode Beauty, a skincare line. Now, Selena had been working on her brand for a while, and it seems like Hailey's just really came out of nowhere. This might be because Rare Beauty is one of the best-selling celebrity beauty brands, and for Selena, this is a passion project, but for Hailey, it seems more like a cash grab. One of the things that makes Rare Beauty stand out is that it really focuses on mental health. The company created the Rare Impact Fund, which is a part of Rare Beauty's commitment to give people access to the resources they need to support their mental health. Rare Beauty donates 1% of all sales to the Rare Impact Fund and raises additional funds with foundations, corporate partners, and individuals in our community to increase access to mental health services in educational settings. Now, they have truly done amazing work, but then Hailey had to copy it. Hailey created the Rhodes Futures Foundation, and it is investing in supporting 1,000 women and their families by 2023, they said. Now, they had partnered with 3 organizations that provide women with the resources needed to direct their own futures. Rhode has committed a minimum of 1% of sales to support their efforts and the women they serve. And listen, I think there should be more mental health foundations, and I'm for helping everyone. What Rare Beauty and Rhode Beauty are doing for individuals is great, but I don't think Hailey truly thought of this on her own or really cares. She just did it to copy Selena. Moving on to Justin, he is known to have a temper, both with fans, paparazzi, and strangers. Now, Justin has actually hit at least 2 different photographers with his car. Back in 2016, when Justin went on tour in Barcelona, Spain, a fan ran up to his car and stuck his hand in the window, and the singer then instantly punched the fan in the face, making his lip bleed. Back then, the video of the incident was caught on camera. Then one time, Justin was involved in a verbal altercation with paparazzi outside his Park Lane hotel. In the footage, the 19-year-old is seen pushing a member of the press out of the way as he climbs into a waiting car. Now, the paps yell at him, and this causes Justin to exit the car and confront the cameraman. His bodyguards held him back, and he got back into the vehicle and drove away. Now, there are actually a lot of videos of Justin yelling at the paparazzi. Then, in 2015, Justin was ordered by a court to complete 12 anger management classes after he pled no contest to a vandalism charge in 2014. You see, Justin was charged with a misdemeanor after he egged his former Calabasas, California neighbor's home and caused more than $800,000 in damage. Now, you may think this behavior is a thing of the past, but it's not. And to prove it further, in August of this year, a source said Justin does not seem to be in a great place. He's been snapping a lot in public and freaking out over meaningless stuff. It's obvious that he's stressed and not coping very well with his emotions. And a lot of people in his life would love to see him to get some coaching on how to better manage his anger. Then there's the fact that Hailey is a Nepo baby. Hailey's father is Stephen Baldwin, and she was pretty much given her career from her family. Now, some people have even called her a double Nepo baby, as she's also gained recognition since she married Justin. She's literally known for being Justin's wife, and I mean, I didn't know who she was until they got married. It appears that she gets everything handed to her and that she doesn't work hard. Now, after a lot of the Nepo baby discourse the past couple of years, Hailey called the paparazzi on herself to a parking garage so they could take photos of her in jeans and a shirt that said Nepo baby. Honestly, it was just embarrassing. And finally, there's the fact that Justin is obviously still in love with Selena Gomez. I mean, he has a tattoo of Selena on his arm, and let me say, it'd be super easy to get it covered up, but he hasn't. I mean, him and Selena had been in an on and off relationship for almost a decade. Maybe there's a part of him that thinks they might get back together. You see, in 2018, Justin and Selena got back together, and they were seen out and about and seemed happy together, but then they broke up in May. Now, after that, Justin went right back to Hailey, and in July, they got engaged. Yes, just 2 months after he and Selena broke up, he proposed to Hailey. Now, there's no way he got over Selena that quickly. It's even been rumored that he proposed to Selena and she said no, so they broke up, and then Justin recycled the ring and gave it to Hailey, who said yes. Now, the whole timeline is just so wonky, and I have a strong feeling that things will go south with Justin and Hailey soon.
you guys? No, this is funny to you guys? Come on, get out of here.
We're expecting a family.
Brother man, come on.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry, Justin. I didn't mean to offend you or anything.
Okay.
We just
Put the camera down.
okay.
Can you stay in the car at all?
Buddy, because I love you guys, but... Ow! That didn't feel good.
Well, okay. Wow. Well, I was gonna keep this jacket on.
It was hard for me to really enjoy it like that, but I know that some days are gonna be just like that.
Baby, 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 no. Bieber has been caught lying about private jets, running extremely late for concerts, retiring, and pregnancy over the years. And you gotta wonder, what's he gonna lie about next at this rate? So back in 2012, Justin Bieber, at the ripe age of 19, claimed he was ready to retire from music, twice in 1 week. First, he told a Los Angeles police station that his next album would be his last, and then he took to Twitter on Christmas Eve to try the joke again, before assuring fans he'd be there forever. So, like, obviously he's not gonna be here forever, but I don't think he's ever officially retired yet. He has been on hiatus though. But like, come on. Bieber ticked off his fans back in March of 2013 after he showed up a reported 2 hours late to a concert at London's O2 Arena. He tried to dispute that in a tweet. He was like, oh no, I was only 40 minutes behind schedule. Well, the fans have proof otherwise. It got to the point where like the parents were already at the venue expecting to pick everybody up, and the fans were like, hey, mom and dad, concert hasn't started yet. You're a little early. Turns out there was like a prior gig like a day or two before that had also started kind of late, but not this late. Fans tweeting from inside the O2 said there were boos from people in the crowd almost an hour before Bieber hit the stage because of how late he was. Speaking outside, one fan said, yeah, they were playing Michael Jackson song after song after song. It was so annoying. Apparently everybody was on edge, and as more time passed, everybody was getting more worried, and once again, they were booing. Sure, the opening acts, the supporting acts came on, but they only performed until about 8:50 p.m. And folks were sitting there waiting until 10:20 for Justin to come on. And people were like, okay, sure, but like we had to get trains home. Think about transit, folks. 10:50 p.m. was the last train home. So that's why people were booing, because they wanted to see the concert. Somebody who said they spent £400 on tickets said that like he wound up missing the performance so he could make the last train, and said it was disgusting, a waste of his money, never again. So Justin Bieber appeared to claim he'd received a private jet for Christmas in 2014. He posted a photo on Instagram saying, "New jet for Christmas, she's beautiful." However, it was later reported that he hadn't bought or received the jet, he just chartered it for a flight around Christmas time. He'd also posted a snap with a yacht captioned, "It was about that time." And once again, fans were like, oh my gosh, you bought a yacht? Yeah, no, wasn't his. So while it wasn't explicitly a lie, TMZ was like, you're a poser, and I agree with TMZ, which is not something I ever thought I'd say in this lifetime. Back in 2019, Justin Bieber shared a photo of an ultrasound scan on Instagram without a caption, and obviously it sent everybody into a tailspin. Was Hailey Bieber pregnant? Was this April Fool's? Since it was partway through the day, folks were like, I don't know, because technically, April Fool's is supposed to end at noon. Or at least that's what I was taught growing up. Make all the jokes you want, but once noon hits, you're safe. Well, a little sleuthing revealed that the ultrasound photo definitely didn't show an incoming new Bieber edition. It was the first image that appeared when you looked up 12-week ultrasound. Look, give fangirls a little more credit. A lot of them scare me with their sleuthing skills. That was too easy. But then Justin followed up. He had a series of images of what appeared to be a pregnant Hailey in a doctor's office, alongside the caption, "If you thought it was April Fool's," yeah, he doubled down. Folks were extremely confused, rightfully so, and then an hour later, Justin was like, haha, April Fool's. To the shock and surprise of nobody, this went over like a lead balloon. Over the years afterwards, look folks, it's no secret. A lot of people have spoken out about how painful fake pregnancy announcements and April Fool's Day can be for a range of folks. If you're desperate to become a parent, if you're struggling with fertility issues, if you've suffered loss. So it didn't take long for a lot of fans to call Justin out for the prank being insensitive, shameful, and disgusting, and a lot of folks, myself included, lost respect for the couple as a result. So last year, Hailey Bieber left fans claiming she attempted to trick them into thinking her husband Justin filmed a video of her lying in bed. So I think it was like August of actually 2022 when she posted and quickly deleted a flirty TikTok video. And a lot of folks were like, oh my gosh. It showed her shyly smiling, waving at the camera. She was like under the covers in bed. You know, cute, innocent little TikTok. At one point, she shielded her face with her hand. She made like a kissy face with the lens. And despite wiping it from her newsfeed, this clip hit again on social media and again and again. And fans were wondering who took the video. In one online thread, critics accused Hailey of pretending that Justin was behind the camera because they thought it was her trying to cover up their marriage problems. Somebody literally said, Hailey is the definition of embarrassment. She is the only person living in the land of delusion. And it was like, oh, if we're gonna call her Delulu. Somebody else said there is no logical reason for her to act as if Justin is filming her and talking to the camera while she is the one holding the phone and filming herself. She is so desperate. Others believe that Hailey might have crafted the video to suggest that the two were on good terms, and well, I guess they are. They're still together. So for a hot moment, Justin Bieber forgot how FaceTime works. He inserted himself into a conflict between his manager Scooter Braun and singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, and in doing so, opened himself up to accusations of lying. He claimed to be responsible for capturing a screen grab of a FaceTime call featuring himself, Scooter Braun, and Kanye West. And then he posted that online with a caption poking fun at Taylor Swift. But unfortunately for Bieber, there was a major discrepancy in his version of the story. If you've used FaceTime, you can tell that screenshot didn't come from him. He was the main photo. Now this matters because it looked like Bieber was lying to protect the reputation of his manager. So this was when Scooter Braun's company had just bought Taylor Swift's former record label, Big Machine, for like $300 million, buying the masters to her first 6 albums. Following the acquisition, Taylor posted a message to Tumblr, and she was like, oh my gosh, worst case scenario because of his incessant manipulative bullying over the years. Now look, fast forward, it's 2024, we know she's made lemonade out of those lemons, but like at that time, it was the end of the world. We didn't know how this was gonna go. Now we've got the Eras Tour and we love it. So Scooter, back at the time, in addition to managing Bieber, was also an advisor to Kanye West. And Kanye West released that music video of him in bed with Taylor, that whole thing. Well, not actually Taylor, but you know what I mean? So Taylor fired back at Justin because she was like, hey, why are you bullying me on social media? Now, Justin was like, look, Scooter didn't tell me what to do. I take full responsibility for the post. He said, I have to be honest, it was my caption, my thing that I screenshotted. But once again, folks, if Bieber had taken the screen grab from his end of the call, he would have appeared in the top left corner. Instead, his face was filling the screen, indicating that the screen grab was from the other end of the call, or just photoshopped. The phone appeared to be in Scooter Braun's hand at the time. What did I say about sleuthing fangirls, folks? It's easy. It's good. Contrary to what Bieber claimed, one of those guys took the photo, sent it to Bieber to post on Insta. Or Scooter Braun took it and posted it to Bieber's account himself, because it's not unusual for celebrities' managers to have access to their clients' social media accounts. Now, obviously, nobody said anything, everybody kept their mouth shut on how this happened, but it was still kind of icky. Bieber said that, allegedly, Scooter even advised him against posting it, even though he had to have gotten the screen grab from Scooter. He also said, like, oh, we didn't even discuss Taylor Swift on the call. You know, no big.